Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking, come on. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Woo! Walking and talking with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Say hello to somebody around you. No, honey. Love you too. All right, we're going to do living and loving. Here we go. Come on. Living and loving with my mind set on spirit. Living and loving with my mind set on spirit. Oh yeah. Living, loving with my mind set on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Last time. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Daddy's back. Daddy's back. Need I go any farther? Well, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. It's so great to see all of your beautiful, bright, shiny faces here on this beautiful 50-degree morning here in the desert. And welcome to our live streamers there anymore? I don't know if that's a camera that's here, but welcome live streamers wherever you go. Oh, it's so good to be here. So as you know, Reverend Joe, Dr. Joe is back today, and it's going to be an amazing service. And I have a ton of announcements, but we're going to see how fast I can do them and still get the information to you. Before I begin, however, let's do our mission statement together. Here we go. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. Amen. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, Reverend Laura is back in town this week, so her class will start up again on Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's a drop-in class, Busting Loose from the Money Game. It's just a book study, so join her. And she'll have Soul Sisters. This is the first Thursday of March coming up this week, and so Soul Sisters is 6:30 to 8:30 in the Om Room. And oh my gosh, you've got to take this class if you haven't yet. This is Sue Powell's Primordial Sound Meditation. It is an amazing 4-week class that will change your life. You will go to places of your inner soul that you have never gone before, and it's a good place to go, connecting to spirit. So I strongly recommend if you haven't done there. Okay. We've got our annual congregational meetings and luncheon coming up this next Sunday, March 4th at 1 p.m. at the Chow Room at Ivy Ranch Country Club. And we absolutely need you to sign up today because it is the last day and we need a head count. So if you're planning on coming, please do sign up on the patio area. And Reverend Ruth Ann is starting a new class coming up on March 6th. That's a week from Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Oh, she's doing it twice, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and an evening, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. It is the roots of science and mind, what Ernest Holmes studied and how he created this wonderful teaching. And it is an accredited class, so if you're on the practitioner track, this fulfills one of your requirements. And then I'm teaching a class starting on Wednesday, March 7th, The Principles of Successful Living, and it is an accredited class as well. And we're going to be studying Raymond Charles Barker and Ernest Holmes, and it's all about creating a successful life for you, every area of your life. And it's a wonderful, wonderful class. Next, okay, membership orientation. We've got our membership orientation coming up March 11th and 18th, 12:30 to 3 p.m. This is for people who are new to our center and want to become members and learn all about what we do here. We feed you, so you'll have a full tummy when we talk to you, and we need for you to sign up on the patio if you're interested. And on that note, if you've been here for 2 years or longer and you've never gone through a membership orientation with us, we're going to have our Reignite class, which is on April 8th, 12:30 to 3:30 p.m., and that will be another orientation about the center, what we do here. You do need to sign up on the patio as well. And Wednesday, we've got our Wednesday series, as you can see, and this Wednesday is the wisdom service that is normally facilitated by Reverend Ruth Ann and Michael Kukuru, but Reverend Ruth Ann will not be here this week, so Michael will be leading the service, and he wanted me to tell you that his theme is The Wizard Within, which sounds pretty fascinating. So that's, I believe, 6:30 in the Ohm Room. I did it. All right. All right. Okay. Do you, Dr. Joe, want to introduce our amazing guest artist, or shall I do it? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm coming from the back. Sorry like that. So when I first came to this center, years and years and years, well, 20-some years ago, we used to have a piano that used to sit over here. Do you remember that? Oh, for those of you, that was awful. It was a lovely piano. And the entire program consisted of one person playing the piano, and we better hope they could sing. That was it, right? Bring it back. And there's one that's holding on to it. Soon after, I wanted to introduce some new soloists and artists, and Austin was in the first one that I said, you know what, Austin, why don't you sing for us on a Sunday? So that was, 15, 16 years ago. And so he's been with us for quite a long time. He now has embarked upon a career on a cruise ship, and now he's doing his own show in the month of March in Palm Springs that you're going to hear a little bit more about in a little bit. But he's doing his own show down at Oscars in Palm Springs, I think on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mondays and Tuesdays in March.
Every Monday and Tuesday in March, and he even has discount cards for all of our members. Ooh. So everybody, let's welcome Austin Ray.
Power of love.
Wait, let me guess. That's in your show.
It is in the show.
Just a guess.
It is. And I'll be out front afterwards, passing out any cards. This gives you the show is $37.99, but this gives you a $7.99 discount, so it brings the ticket down to $30, and the church gets a portion of the proceeds.
Yay!
I'll be out front afterwards.
But you can't skip my class on Monday night. You have to go Tuesday, right?
That's right.
That's right. So good morning. Glad to be back. I love vacations, but I love coming back home again. And so you guys are my home. This is my spiritual home. So let's get to work. What do you think? Sit up in your chair. Let the chair support you. For those of you who haven't been to our center before, when we go into our prayer and meditation, we kind of have a body posture, which is, sitting up straight. We don't put our head down because we're worthy of receiving the kingdom. So we put our head up into the future. We take a deep breath in. Uncross your legs, uncross your arms, center yourself, ground yourself on the very earth that is just moving about us right now, creating an energy for each one of us to evolve and become something greater. So in this moment, I'd like you to think about something that you would like to change in your world, something that's been bothering you, something you've been carrying around. Just think about it, bring it to the forefront of your mind. And if you could ever just allow the presence of God to come into your life at this moment, I would say surrender that to something greater than yourself, knowing that you're still going to have to do some of the work, but you don't have to grip a hold of it anymore. You don't have to hang on so tightly. So let's take another deep breath in. Oh, to Spirit, I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will always love and trust You, and in Your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine. In Your presence, in this oneness, through You I am power divine, and I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Spirit, I surrender all.
Good morning, Center of Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. The power, the holy presence, a field of unconditional love and intelligence is in and through everything. This magnificent harmony of light, love, peace, and joy expresses God. It is the Holy Spirit. It is our life. This infinite intelligence is in and through me, expressing itself as me. And I am one with the Holy Spirit of unconditional love. And I know that this is true for you and for everything. So in this awareness, I accept myself and all of humanity for a greater respect and value, for how well I know that my life unfolds according to my belief. So with these infinite possibilities and visions, I create my highest good. I have no limitations on my past experiences, and I celebrate the spiritual guidance expressed as faith, belief, and answered prayers. My heart overflows With this awareness of the wisdom of God, the divine guidance, and infinite love, how it is accepted and acted upon. So with this joy and gratitude, I release this prayer to that aspect of God that receives the word and responds to it. And with great love in my heart for this center and all that it is, together we say, and so it is.
I surrender all. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all, and I surrender all. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all. Let's take a deep breath in. Please join me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Let's send out joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me, sending out peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. Sending out love. Sing it out, please. I send my love over the mountains. You guys sound amazing. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
Aren't these musicians fantastic? We are so fortunate. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are gonna get brighter. Child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. I'd love for you to sing that with me. Here we go. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are getting brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things get brighter. Let's do that again. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are get brighter. Ernest Holmes said, there's only one thing that needs to be healed, and that is the idea that we are separate from God. To heal the idea that somehow we are separate from source, from spirit. When that is healed, all is healed. As a matter of fact, it's the first step in prayer. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. And someday we'll walk in the rays of the beautiful sun. Someday when the world is brighter, yeah. Oh, someday we'll get it together and get it undone. Someday when the world
a beautiful sun. Yes, someday when your heart is lighter, oh, someday we'll get it together and we'll get it undone. Oh, someday when the world is brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are getting brighter right now. Right now. Right now.
All right, Austin and this band and the singers. Let's hear it for everybody.
Thank you so much.
Great
You guys
job.
are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Things are going to get better right now, right? 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 All right. Things can get better right now as long as you start changing things. And that's what we're going to talk about today. This entire month of February has been dedicated to self-awareness is not enough. It's not enough to be self-aware. It's be self-aware and do something about it. You have to have the wisdom, but you have to have the power to do something. You have to have the action. So today we're going to talk about that, and that's why today we're going to talk about belief, faith, and prayer. Here's your affirmation. You ready? See it, say it, fix it, and move on. Hey. Right? Let's do it again. See it, say it, fix it, and move on. Does that say see it, say it, sit on it for a while? Bask in it, swim in it, wallow in it, throw a party around it? No. It says see it, say it, fix it, and move on. So we're going to talk about how we do that. Here we go. Mistakes are a fact of life. It is the response to the error that counts. Those who aren't making mistakes probably aren't making anything. Right? Mistakes are going to happen. Things are going to, you know what? Things are going to be difficult. Things can be, you can make the wrong decision. Has anyone here ever made a wrong decision? I mean, how many attorney's fees do you have to pay? Right? I get it. But sometimes we make these wrong decisions, but at least we're out there living. We're not on our Barca loungers sitting there going, okay, watch the world pass me by. We're engaged in something. When you're engaged in living, you're probably going to make a couple mistakes because we're human beings. And really, when we look at mistakes, those are the things we grow on anyway. So if they're mistakes, they're really not mistakes. They're opportunities for growth. I know, Pollyanna, right? But it's true. It's true. Those people who aren't trying anything, they just got their urn and they're good to go. All right? See it. We read in Scripture in Psalms, it says, open my eyes so I can truly see the marvelous things in your law. Now, when I say see it, I want you to say, you know what? I can admit I have problems. My name is Joe, and I have a whole host of problems. So everybody say, hi, Joe. It's like a big meeting, okay? My name is Joe. I have a whole host of problems. And I bet if I said, what's your name? You could go, hi, my name is, and I have some too. And we all have them together. I'm not of the belief that we don't talk about them. I'm the belief that we don't wallow in them. I believe you have to say it. And as soon as I say it, I'm activating something in the universe that's going to heal it. At that moment, where there is an imbalance in your life, where there is a moment where something is not right, doesn't feel right, when there is some sort of an imbalance in the world, the universe has its mental equivalent of healing in that split second, right? It already has it in mind. So even if I say it, I'm saying it. Don't say it with the purpose of complaining and building on the complaint of it. You know what I'm saying? Building on the issue of it. I'm saying say it with the knowledge that it is changing and has the ability to change as soon as you're ready to make the change. But you have to be ready for that. You can have this self-awareness, but if you don't have the action, what you have is a dream. You have a wish. You don't have an action, all right? And then when we see it, when we open up our eyes to what's available through the universe, there's a whole host of things that can happen. In fact, usually when I'm opening my eyes to the whole host of things that I think can happen, it's a limited view because it's all based on my past experiences or the experiences of others. It's not even based on the potentiality of what could be. It's based on the things that I already know exist here and now. Does that make sense? So I had to be able to open my eyes, and when I say see it, open my eyes, look at the problem, know there's a mental equivalent to its healed condition, and know that there is something in the universe working on that fix right here and right now. Can you accept that? Wherever we live in darkness or denial, we are blinded, or at any rate, things appear to have a veil over them. When we decide to live in darkness or even in denial, what we do is we shroud ourselves in this in the inability of the universe to tap into our consciousness. I'll just say that. When we are wallowing in something, when we are in the depths of that darkness, we have a shield around us, and the universe can't get in until we decide to open up the shield. It's like picture your consciousness as like a sunroof. Some of you have really good bald spots. We could put one in really easily up there. Well, you guys are not in it today, are you? Come on, catch up with me. I've been on vacation. I have all this energy. But think of it as like you have this spiritual sunroof. And if it's closed, nothing's going to get in. No light, nothing. But when you open it up, something has the ability to change. Light has the ability to come in, all right? When we see the meaning or the wisdom that comes from the experience, we begin to see that the law of God unfolds perfectly. When I go and look back, hindsight, what do they say? Hindsight is 20/20. It looks really clear. It's not there when you're there. When you're in the middle of it, it looks confusing. Things look foggy. Things look out of focus. Things look kind of scary. But when you look back on it, you're like, okay, I got it. I understand that. Say it with me, please. See it, say it, fix it, and move on. Again, one more time. See it, say it, fix it, and move on. If you make a mistake, acknowledge it quickly and openly. Don't go into denial. This is hard if you're married. This is one of the biggest challenges if you're in a relationship with other people, is that when you're wrong to go, okay, I'm wrong, right off the bat. That's hard for me because my ego doesn't want me to be wrong. Actually, my ego will tell me I'm right and defend it even though I know I'm wrong. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone married to that person? Oh, more hands go up when they're married to them, right? No, it's not me, it's them. It's always them, right? So acknowledge it. See it? I see it. I see it. Now say it. Speak the truth, not the condition. So once I see it, once I acknowledge it, now I have to speak the truth around it. And what does that mean? It means I have to take that off the burner. I have to take my issues off the burner. In fact, I've got to take the pot off the stove. I can no longer reflect on that which is already eating me up. I can only start reflecting on what it looks like in its healed condition, in its great experience, in its vision of what you want to unfold. That's what I have to begin to speak the truth about. That has to become my new truth, right? My renewed truth. Don't always seek the right answer according to others. Articulate what you would like to hear from someone if you were in the same position. So don't always look for the right answers. In fact, many times I find that other people give me the answer that they think is right based on their life experience, and their life experience is nothing I want to experience. Anybody? The people giving me the advice, I'm like, no, that's okay. Yeah, you go for that. Thank you for that. Let's go get some pie. All right. Spiritual leadership is action, not position. Spiritual leadership is action, not position. This is about taking an action. Many times in life, we do not have the luxury of waiting around for others to lead. So that means we have to step into our own good. In fact, many times when we're looking for someone to lead us through something, right, we're forgetting who the spiritual leader is in our own life. And that is sitting with you as you are it right here. When you start leaning on everyone else to give you that leadership, that spiritual guidance within, you've lost your own individuality. You're living out their dream, not yours. So it requires us to understand many times in life, we don't have the luxury of waiting around for something to show up. We have to call upon the wisdom that we have, the spiritual genetic code that we have, and the wisdom of the ages to draw from, and the potential of what can be. It's necessary for us to put ourselves in that position to receive, to download that information. Does that make sense? Yeah? Here we go. Again, please. See it, say it, fix it, and move on. Fix it. Fix it? How do you fix it? If you knew how to fix it, you wouldn't be here. Right? You'd be at brunch somewhere. You'd be out on a beach or climbing a mountain around here. Fixing it takes practice, spiritual practice. When we talk about fix it, we're talking about the power of prayer. Mimi, you did a great prayer again this morning, you know? Didn't you do a great prayer? I just have to reflect back. I'm sorry, Mimi, I'm going to go on for you a little bit. I have to reflect back on having Mimi in class and how she struggled so much to try to understand all this stuff, and how she was the yeah, but girl, you know? Yeah, but I don't understand that. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense to me. And it was priceless because, and then to see her up there, and, you know, to see William and and Cheryl and some of the other ones that we have who have just come through these classes, and you just go, wow, they have just totally exploded spiritually. So Mimi, good job, and I'm really proud of you. All right. Speaking of fix it, tomorrow, for those of you who want to join me, normally I don't allow people in to do a drop-in on my class, but in reviewing the curriculum, this is part of a fix it for you, I'm doing a forgiveness component in the class. Now, you won't be able to do the dyad work and the triad work, but if you want to come and listen to the lecture on forgiveness, I welcome you at 9 o'clock in the morning or again at 6 o'clock at night. You're welcome to come and join me for that. It'll just be a love offering. I just want you to be there to hear it, because I think part of many things that need to be fixed are the fact that forgiveness and fixing are synonymous to each other. Many times the forgiveness has to be that I have to forgive myself for making a mistake, because many times my own reaction is worse than any other reaction that anyone has in reference to what I've done. Does that make sense? Usually I beat myself up better than anyone else. Anyone? And so I have to learn how to forgive myself for being human and making mistakes. You know, I have to ask for forgiveness for those people that I've hurt, but I also have to know how to forgive myself for just being Joe and doing things that sometimes don't make sense. And I'll pay the price for them. I mean, we live in a universe of cause and effect. I'm not going to get punished for them, but I'm certainly going to, we live in a universe of cause and effect. Whatever the effect is, it's going to affect me. So if I make a mistake, that's going to happen. But I have to forgive myself. So that's a really important component to fixing it, is to learn how to forgive yourself and to forgive others. So I'm going to teach that tomorrow. If you want to join me at 9 or 6, I welcome you to do that. Oh, William, can you back up? I didn't talk that slide. Life doesn't get better by chance, only by change. Stop waiting for your luck to change. Luck. If you're waiting for luck, you just need to go to the casino, right? Because that's luck, right? That's good luck sometimes. But it's luck. But if you're waiting for something to change, it's not going to happen by chance. It's going to happen by divine design. It's going to happen through an experience that can change your life. I had one of those, Trey and I had one of those when we were in Fort Lauderdale together. A gentleman that we see every year when we go on this trip stays at the same resort, and you know, last year we went out to dinner and we had a really great time, and this year Trey and I came in, we were sitting down, we were just talking, and there was a gentleman next to me, and he spoke up and he's like, "Do you guys remember me?" And it was him, but he looked really different. He is going through stage 4 pancreatic cancer and some other things, right? So he didn't have any hair. He looked just I'll just say his appearance was very different, so much so that I didn't recognize him. But when he spoke in his voice, I recognized the voice. And some of those lessons that we learn by chance, or actually not by chance, but by divine design, I look at it that way, is, you know, I don't know about you, but there are times, and I'll admit right now that there are times in my life when I'm looking at, okay, what is my purpose in life? Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? What's mine to do? And I get down on myself because I'm not what I think I could have been. Anybody? You know, it's not always what it could have been. And so as I sat there wallowing in my own stuff, I'm looking at this gentleman, and we start talking with him, and he knows he's a doctor. He's a palliative care doctor, and he said, I know I've only got a couple more months here. And I thought, whoa. Imagine sitting in that chair. Everything I'm looking at is really pale in comparison to someone who's walking through this experience. And even though I work around these experiences all the time, sometimes I forget to remember what's really important. And I looked in that moment and I thought, wow, okay, here's what you're going to do, Joe. So I started talking to him about spirituality. And so we shared some spiritual stuff together. And I gave him, I've been doing my mantras lately, and I've been doing some work spiritually, and I gave him my little mantra, and I taught him how to do this, and he was so very grateful. And I shared some stories, and he shared some concerns, and we talked back and forth. And it wasn't by chance. I think it was divine design that put me next to him that made me feel like, okay, you know what your purpose is? You just found it again. Here you are questioning it, and it just sat down next to you. And if you weren't paying attention, you would have just slid by it. But so a lot of this time, when we talk about this, it's about paying attention. And remember, a lot of the changes that we have in our life are because of chaotic thoughts that we're having. A lot of changes that we bring about are the result of chaos. So if you're in the middle of chaos, anyone? If you're in the middle of a chaotic situation, just remember that this is the catalyst to bring you to the next thing. This is your earthquake. This is your volcano that's going to create a new island. This is whatever it is that's going to create your next thing. So don't be so quick to run from it, but maybe just embrace it as a process to get to the next place. And I'm not saying you have to embrace the pain or embrace the conflict, but if you run from it, if you're always in battle with it, you're never going to move forward because your energy isn't in a receptive mode to heal it. But if I'm cooperating with something, even though it may not be the something I want, are you following me? Even though it may not be an action or an energy that I want, when I'm cooperating with it, with the knowledge that I'm fixing it and that it's fixing itself and that I have the prayer process and all these things working for me, when I do that, then I'm not sitting in my stuff, I'm moving out of it. Does that make sense? I'm not rooted in it, I'm rooted in spirit, and these are just leaves that are going to fall off the tree. Does that make sense? All right. It is only as you learn about yourself that you may learn to create a life more to your liking. Learning about yourself, which means taking a look in the mirror. I had another experience when I shared with another friend of mine that was having difficulty moving through an experience, and I sat him in front of a mirror. I said, look in the mirror. Talk to that man in the mirror. Don't talk to me. Don't talk around yourself. Talk to the person in the mirror. So if you're having anybody have issues? If you're having an issue, right? If you are really challenged, maybe you need to look into the mirror and say to yourself, what is it that I want? Not what someone else wants, not what I'm trying to think that I need because someone else has it. What do I want to do in this situation? What does the universe want to experience by means of me? What am I open and willing to do? That's another question. That's another great question. Sometimes we should be open and willing, but sometimes we say the words, I can't. Do you know what can't means? I won't. I'm not willing. The I can't is really I won't and I'm not willing. Make sure you're clearly stating what you want to state. It's not that I can't do some things, it's just that I won't. I know me. And I'm not willing to do what it takes to do what's being asked of me on these things. So I'm like, it's okay to stand up and authorize that experience for yourself. Does that make sense? But the only way to do that is to know who you are and to speak your truth without sugarcoating it. That was a good word. Without sugarcoating it. It's really challenging because we don't want to hurt people's feelings sometimes. Where they're like, will you come to my party? You're like, I'll try. Really? What does that mean? It means I'm going to dinner with somebody else. That's what that means, right? No, you just got to have some integrity. If you want to fix something in your life, fix your communication in your life, fix your communication in life. Come from a place where you're coming and you have integrity, and you're authentic. And you speak your truth, but you don't do it harmfully. You don't try to hurt people, absolutely not. But you gently speak your truth to the ears that are listening. When we consciously use the principle of mind instead of asking for something, we are accepting something. Let me say that again. When we're consciously using the principle of mind instead of asking, we're accepting. I want you to accept your good. Does that make sense? When I come from a place of acceptance, then it's mine, right? Instead of hoping that something will happen, we are endeavoring to know that it has happened or is happening. This is a fine point of the science of mind, and it should not be overlooked. This is a very fine point in what we teach. So yeah, we say ask and ye shall receive, but then we also say you have to believe and accept. So ask may be the first step, but then you have to move into the belief and acceptance of it. The ask is simply the ask to get you to the place where your mind starts to shift and you begin to believe and accept. Does that make sense? It's a fine point. You have to not put your good in future tense, like something will happen, something will. Guess what? That's future. No, something is. God, that reminds me of Oral Roberts. Remember in 1970 or something, when Oral Roberts University had those ladies in the dress? You know, something good is going to happen to you. Anyway, never mind. It's the alcohol wearing off. Okay. Just kidding. Relax. Don't need emails. Together, please. See it, say it, fix it, and move on. When fixing things, one needs a backbone, not a wishbone. You need a backbone, not a wishbone. Can I get any clearer with that? Move on. Think for yourself. No one else is qualified. You know, I talk to people that make a lot of important decisions, medical decisions, even relationship decisions. And while you rely on the knowledge of people to create a database by which you will make a decision, at the end of the day, there's only one person qualified to make that decision, and that's you. You can spend a lot of time accumulating opinions of others, but eventually you have to listen to the inside voice within you, which is going to guide you into your next thing. Does that make sense? So use the data you have, but then also trust that voice within you. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. Does that make sense? Mother Teresa said this, let no one ever come to you without leaving better. I like that. Because guess what? When people come into my presence and they leave better, I'm better for having been in their presence. I receive. Not only do I give, but I receive. So I don't care how simple the transaction may be, how it could be a clerk at the grocery store or someone, you're throwing money to at the gas station, attendant across the street, or across the table. Let no one come into your presence without having feel a little better. So what can I do? What kind of communication can I have that will make someone, just a simple hello would be really nice. Instead of $5 on pump 4, right? How many of us, $5 on pump 4? How about if we just said something like, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. I know you're swamped. Here, $5 on pump 4, please. Just something that says you're a human being, not just something that's working. Because we're all in that place where people ask things of us. And wouldn't it be nice if people had that ability to ask in a way that we also felt like we were included in their life, not just a doer, but a participant? Does that make sense? If you are truly committed and are working on something you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. If you really are into something, you don't have to force yourself to keep moving. You get up and you got it, and you're in. You know you're in. The vision pulls you out of bed instead of the alarm pushing you out. Does that make sense? Determine that things can and shall be done, and we shall find the way. Abraham Lincoln said that. When we look at the world around us, and while I was gone, one nearly neat thing about being gone at sea is you had to really look for news, which I didn't do. And a lot of things happened here which were really just, again, unbelievable. But I have to tell you that distance from that, and then coming back in this, you know, I wrote that down. It's like, okay, Austin's just saying, things are going to get better. When we do this, love's going to find the way to make it better. So you need to determine that things can and shall be done, and then the universe will conspire to create that. Are we good? Finally, we are truly not creatures of circumstance. We are creators of circumstance. You are not a victim of circumstance. You're a creator of your life. You may look at it as I am the victim of circumstance. And as if you look at yourself as a creature or victim of circumstance, remember this: as long as you have the label of victim, you will always be what? A victim. But if you look at yourself as a creator of your life, then you can move out of victimization into creativity. And where would you rather reside? Creativity. All right? Does that make sense? So, you are not a victim of circumstance or a creature of circumstance. You are a creator of circumstances in your life. You are a creator of the effects that are going to be made known in your life experience. Well, one last time, with great enthusiasm. Ready? See it, say it, fix it, and move on. There you go, and so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget forgiveness, 9 a.m., 6 p.m. tomorrow if you want to pick it up. All right? Thanks, Jill.
Thank you. Isn't it great to have him back? Woo! Well, this is the part of our service where we prepare our love offering, so I'm going to ask the concierge to get their basket set and ask you to just speak from your heart. If we said anything to you, something moved you today, we're greatly, greatly appreciative of all that you can give to us, because what you give allows this center to thrive and do what we do, so we thank you very much for that. And as you can see, you can text your tithe if you like as well. And so I believe we're ready for our prayer. If you put your offering on your heart just to bless it 10 more times. Here we go. Say together. I give my offering with gratitude as I recognize the demonstration of Spirit's generosity in all areas of my life. Thank you. So let's go ahead and bless this bounty, knowing that it goes far and wide to bless and touch many lives. And so please say with me, this collective offering is Spirit in action. As it circulates into the universe, It touches and blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you, Steve. Okay, so now I would like to invite anybody who is here for the first time to stand up so that we can give you a gift. Yay! Over here. Anybody else? We would like to welcome you to our spiritual community. This is a wonderful place to celebrate spirit and to grow ourselves. You've been given a CD case with some information about our center, and if you step out to the concierge desk after services, we'll give you a CD of one of Dr. Joe's talks. And if you're just visiting here and you live somewhere else, we do have live streaming, so join us even if you live elsewhere, because as you can see, it's always fun here. We've got 1-minute miracles following the service. If you've got anything that you would like prayer for, we've got practitioners over there that will bless you. If you have a challenge or just something that you want to give energy to that's starting to rise up that's absolutely wonderful, then go over there and they will pray for you, and then you will see your demonstration, because that's how fast that works. As you can see, we have our calendar behind us. Remember, Soul Sisters is on Thursday, and Reverend Laura's class is starting up again, and we've got Michael Kukuro doing the Wisdom Wednesday service on Wednesday as well. And we have other meetings and exercise and all kinds of cool stuff. And that is it. I want to thank everybody who came here today to celebrate life and to be a part of this wonderful service. And I'd like to thank Elizabeth and Julie and Steve in the office who take care of everything, and you guys don't even know it. I'd like to thank Jerry Lynn and the band in Austin, who you must go to his show. It's going to be fabulous. And Dr. Joe, of course, hello, for blessing us and coming back and just lifting us up as he does so well. And the practitioners and ministers who hold the high watch for you guys and pray for you and do everything to keep your energy and your life lifted up where it should be. And the guys in the back as well who help us, and Holly, who help live stream and keep the lights going and the sound right. So thank you, everybody, for that. And without further ado, I believe it is time to pray. So I invite you to please close your eyes and join me in consciousness as we just move our awareness from the head to the heart and let ourselves feel the freedom of our souls, knowing that we are the creators of our lives. We co-create our life with Spirit 24/7. And so as we consciously use this infinite power that is at our disposal to create a life that is happy and joy-filled, healthy and well, creative and abundant, we know that God always says yes to our prayers. And so I know that if we get stuck in anything, we know exactly how to see it, say it, fix it, and move on and enjoy this stream of life force that is ours, that is infinite, that is eternal, that is every part of us. And so I know that this week that is before us is absolutely blessed because we show up in life aware and conscious and use our power for good and create the life of our dreams, knowing that as we do, we lift others to do so as well. And so knowing that we are love, we are light, we are peace, and we share that wherever we go, being kind-hearted and loving to everybody who crosses our paths, knowing that we are all one and we celebrate that. And so knowing that all is well in God's universe because all is unfolding through divine right action and order, I now release my word to that perfect law of mind, knowing it is done. And so please affirm with me as we say together, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, and thank you for coming. Sign up for everything on the patio if you're interested. Everything.